guys, here we go. The president of Bare Knuckle FC. We were back in action last weekend. We were live in the building. What a great event with fans in the building. David Feldman, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. How are you, David?
Doing great, man. What a great show. Just let's kind of go recap that, and then we'll go more in the future. How was it to be back? Fans, the lights were on, fights, knuckles. How was it just to be back underneath those lights?
It was fantastic. I mean, it was really good to get everybody back in action and, the fighters working, getting paid, the staff getting paid. Like, really, I mean, I'm not saying that, like a half-assed statement. I mean it. Like, it was really good to get people getting paid again and getting their confidence up. It was amazing. And the crowd, the limited crowd that we let in, they loved it. You were there live. Yeah. They loved it. It was amazing. It was just amazing to be back. There were so many obstacles coming into this event, obviously all COVID obstacles, but so many obstacles that it was amazing to come off with a great event. And I'll officially say, I mean, we did double the numbers that Bellator did on Friday night, which is amazing for it.
Wow. There's so much I want to get to, and I'm so happy. I appreciate your time like always, David. We'll talk about DAZN and so much more in the future. But on the way back home, I live in Florida, and we drove back from Oxford, Mississippi, and I was just thinking about what a great event. Like the crowd, like you said, to be there, the crowd, the noise, the stage, the ring, the square circle, everything about it. I cannot give it enough praise about if you haven't been to a Bare Knuckle FC event in the future, you have to. It's a bucket list event for combat sports fans. You have to go. How important is it to you? How vital is it to you to kind of hear that? And I know you know this, but it is that great of an event to be there live.
It's just it's game-changing live. It really is. And I remember Dana White a long time ago said he was trying to get investors, trying to get sponsors. And he said, I knew I just had to get them to a live event. And once they were at a live event, it was over. And the same thing with at a live event, it's over, man. You love it. Like my wife, for instance, didn't want to come at all. And then she came to her first fight was Arden versus Jason. So it was amazing. And she won't miss an event. It was amazing. I mean, you can hear the knuckle hit the face. You can hear like skin on skin contact, and it's an amazing sound, an amazing environment. And I agree with you. And not because it's our company, but you have to come out and witness one of these live, and you'll be a fan forever.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I'd love to jump into the main event. Actually, real quick, the co-main event. I love when Fight Island, that Hazmat Chimaev, he's like a star now. And to me, in Bare Knuckle, not a lot of people knew Dylan Kleckler. And I think after the co-main event with a big knockout, people love heavyweights. To me, I think we created a Bare Knuckle star. Do you think that as well?
Yeah, I think he absolutely has star potential. I mean, he's personable, good-looking dude. He can punch. He's built like everything about it, and he can fight. I mean, he can fight. He can take a punch, and he can deliver a punch. And we saw that. I mean, it was amazing to me, really, to witness his punching power in person for the first time.
Right.
And with some punches, and Frank Tate's a tough dude. And
he looked in shape, Dave. His shape was amazing, Frank Tate, right?
Well, I know that he's been sparring with Marcel Stamps, who we have coming up. He's got a big fight coming up. So with that being said, I mean, he was like hitting him with these shots that were good, but not like boom, and he was collapsing Frank Tate, and I was like, dude, this dude has star potential all over him. So I can't wait to see what's next for Dylan.
Oh wow. Real quick, you mentioned Marcel Stamps. Is that booked? Is that kind of signed and delivered?
I mean, it looks like it's not signed yet, so let's not drop that yet. The only reason it's not signed is we're moving venues around because of COVID. We got kicked out of the one venue. They're not allowing people in, so we're hoping to go to contract today with another venue for August. We're actually going to do a Thursday night show. I know we just tried a Friday night. It really worked out well for us, so we're going to try a Thursday night time. And I don't think the live gate is going to be affected because we can only have a small amount anyway. So I think we're going to have viewers on a Thursday night than we would on a Friday or Saturday night. We're not competing against much.
100% agree. 100% agree. I love this. I talk to our guy Dean Toole all the time about it, and there's a reason why UFC Fight Pass puts up a lot of events on Thursdays and Fridays, just because combat sports fans, there's nothing to watch, and still Friday night, it's Thursday night, the kids are in bed, the girls in bed. That's a great idea, David. So okay, the main event, first 155-pound champion. To me, there was too much, drama with the whole Allers and not Allers, and we love Jim Allers. I respect what he had to do, but to me, Luis Palomino deserved the fight, deserved the match, and then his performance and what he's done underneath that bare knuckle ring. The absolute 155-pound champion, Palomino, to me, is an absolute superstar.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought twice about did he deserve it or didn't he deserve it. I mean, look at his resume, right? I mean, these guys that are going to be coming in and fighting for bare knuckle championships don't have 20, 30 bare knuckle fights, but you have to go by their experience in other combat sports. And he was well experienced, victory over Masvidal, wars with Justin.
Right.
So, I mean, he was definitely deserving. He came in his first fight, looked sensational. We were going to make the fight with Allers. Unfortunately, he had to pull with the COVID on his team, which I get 100%. Look, nobody wants to take chances with this. We don't know enough about it yet. So I get that. And Isaac Valley Flag was 3-0. I mean, straight bare knuckle. And in bare knuckle, that's huge because there's not that many people that have that many fights. So he was definitely deserving of it. And it was a great fight. And look, I mean, if you watch that, I watched the replays a lot, and I saw that left hook in slow motion, and it was unbelievable. And Isaac Valley Flag is one of the toughest dudes I've ever met in my life, and he wanted to continue with everything in his soul. He just couldn't catch his balance. He got hit kind of behind the ear and knocked his equilibrium off, and it was over. But, I mean, Dan Margliotta, I mean, kudos to him. He gave him every shot. Can't walk to me. Walk to the side like he wanted him to continue, but it couldn't happen. Luis Palomino is a beast. He's marketable. He's a great dude, as is Allers, a great dude. He's a beast, a bare knuckle beast, and he's marketable. Right. I think we have a really, really great fight brewing here, and hopefully we can make that happen here in the fall.
Cannot wait. Last question with the Bare Knuckle FC 11, and then we'll move forward. After the event was over, a great event, the fighters, hotel and all that. One thing that I took from it, and I've been to so many events in the last couple of years. I love the camaraderie, the respect, just the friendships, the kinships there. Even you're sitting down eating pizza with the gang. It was just terrific. From afar, I came at it with so much respect for the whole Bare Knuckle FC team, the family, all the fighters. I just think it's something really, really special. It really is. You guys have such a great kinship. I am so excited for you and your future. Just the family there at Bare Knuckle FC.
Thanks, Dave. I mean, that is special. I mean, I try to. Not that I'm this big guy by any means, but I mean, I try to make sure I'm in the mix. I mean, I was a professional fighter, and I like what these guys do, and I like gelling with them. I like getting to know them and talking to them, and know that they got an issue, come talk to me. You know what I mean? I mean, and getting cool with the officials, the staff. I mean, it's a family in a sense. It absolutely is a family. It's a business. It's absolutely a business. But I mean, to have that family feel to it as we're growing bigger and bigger each and every event. It's amazing to start that feel. And I think that's what's really getting a lot of these fighters to really come over to us. So, because they know they're not a number. They're not a punch list. They're actually a human being, and they're a fighter. They're a person.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Any fighter that's on the fence, I would 100% kudos. You guys treat everyone with open arms, even just with small people all the way up to the main eventer. It doesn't matter. It's a great family atmosphere. But here we go. We're moving forward. I guess it kind of came out. So September 19th, is that kind of booked? Is that done? Can we talk about that with Alvis and Lombard?
That's absolutely the match. Whether it falls on September 19th or 2 weeks later, we're not yet because of something else we're going to talk about, a deal that we got into there. So, but that is the card. It will be Phil Baroni. So Phil Baroni, a lot of people have question marks about him. I think he's 42 now. He might only be 39. I forget. But he came off of a vicious first round knockout over Chris Lieben in a bare knuckle fight. He wasn't training, and I'm not trying to air his dirty laundry, but I think he was dabbling into things he shouldn't have been dabbling into. He wasn't training right. He's now living and training at Jackson Wink. He's at the ranch. I mean, he's training. He's doing his thing. So he's under close supervision. And, guys from there tell me he's looking like a beast. So Thiago Alves, another guy who's fought everybody in the UFC for years and years. He's coming over making his bare knuckle debut. So why not? I mean, it's a great fight. It's a little bit of a test for him. And it gets people talking. It gets people buzzing.
Right.
And then Lombard with Kendall Grove as the co-main event. Another one that, gets people talking. I mean, Kendall Grove He's been in there with everybody. He's 1-1 in bare knuckle so far. Hector Lombard's 1-0. I had a tough fight on his first fight. So I think, again, bare knuckle, what our plan is to put these kind of fights on that gets people talking and get some buzz and then tune in and watch it. In the meantime, on the undercard is where we're building our future stars. And that's, it's kind of like, I guess it's a lure them in, like it's a lure thing. Lure them in for this, and now they get to really taste what bare knuckle is all about. And then most people, I mean, it's not for everybody. Nothing's for everybody. Sure. But most people that tune in and watch this stuff become fans.
Yeah, they don't go away. They don't go away. It's so great of a sport, so great of the events. The cameras are great. The lights. I can't get over that ring. Just a square ring, being there live, and the lights. We're watching it live 15 feet away, but then we're also kind of watching it with the monitors. It just looks beautiful on the TV. It jumps at you at the TV. Just a great. So that day as well, major news broke with DAZN. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we've been working on DAZN for actually about 15 months. I was working with one of their guys there, and he left, and then they had a little restructure. I think they brought in a new CEO, and we finally came to a deal. We have a deal. We have we're calling it a special series. I guess we're both kind of testing the waters to make sure it works for us, because since day one we've kind of controlled our own destiny here. We've been and we built our own fan base, and then we launched our own app. So. And we did fantastic on Friday night on our own app. And so we're scratching our head like, I don't know. But DAZN it's a great company. They have a lot of fans on there. The big thing is they have, they were up to 8 million subscribers. How many do they have now? I don't know. But they were up to 8 million at a time. So this is going to expose bare knuckle to a lot of fight fans that wouldn't otherwise have been able to witness this at this time. So it's a great partnership for us. I think we're going to bring them a lot of new fans, and they're going to an existing fan base, and I think it's just a win-win. As I said in the interview, I said the fastest growing sport in the world teams up with the fastest growing sports streaming platform in the world. So it's a great thing, great partnership.
You mentioned that app. We talked. That was kind of the buzz the whole weekend. Talked to so many people, high ups, management, fighters. The app is just top notch, A+ app. Everything that worked into it. Was that how long of a brainchild idea was that? And do you see, is that the future? Do you see 5 years from now, almost all the pay-per-views or all the streamings are going to go through this Bare Knuckle FC app?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's the future. But, look, we could have a great partnership with DAZN or some other platforms that are out there, some other television networks or streaming platforms that really work for us. So we're always very, very wide open. The goal is it's not only the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship app. It's called Bare Knuckle TV for a reason. What we're going to do is we're going to team up with some promotions from the UK. We're going to team up with some of these other smaller promotions that are starting up, and maybe even some of the larger ones. We're going to put some Leftway on there. We're going to have some really, really good stuff on there. So, people, it's going to really fill up with content really, really fast by the end of the year. And we're happy. We're really happy about it. We got nothing but rave reviews about it. The clearness of it, the preciseness of it, and already the library and all the shoulder programming and the content that we have on there. So yeah, we're very, very happy about it. We're enthused about it, and we do think we know streaming is the future, so we think our app could be the future for us.
Absolutely. Guys, we're talking with David Feldman, President, Bare Knuckle FC. A couple more questions. We know you're extremely busy. We appreciate your time. You used the word lore. And to me, one of the biggest lures in combat sports over the last couple of years has been Paige VanZant. There's been a ton of rumors about her. Can you give us any updates with Paige VanZant?
We're in talks. Her management team, we're talking to her management team. From what I hear about her, I don't know her at all. I never spoke to her. From what I heard about her and her husband, that they're just really, really cool, down to earth people. And look, she wants to be a part of something that, as we talked about earlier, like a family where she can build and grow with, not just fighting, but other things. She can be commentary. She can do her own little show. We have some really good ideas. If we get this deal consummated, we're having great talks. So, hopefully this thing comes to fruition any day now. And if it doesn't, it's great that we're in these talks with the top companies. They actually issued odds, and Bellator's the favorite, and we're second. I think Bellator's plus 100, we're plus 150, UFC's plus 300, boxing's plus 400. So to even be in those talks, it's amazing. But hopefully we get a deal consummated here. It would be the biggest signing we've ever had, and it would be a huge statement for us, I think, as a company, for the sport, and as a company, that we are competing with the biggest names, for the biggest names, and with the biggest companies in combat sports right now, for really a superstar.
Absolutely, she is. She's an absolute superstar. Any show we can go like VanZant going bananas covering bare knuckle. We can do something with that. I think we got something there.
There you go.
A couple last things for you. One is, how about the big breaking news over the week as well too? Not bare knuckle, but definitely in the boxing realm, and I know how personal it is to you. Mike Tyson is back. Roy Jones Jr. is back. They put that together. Just a fan of combat sports. How intrigued are you with Tyson Jones Jr.?
It's going to be cool. I mean, people are putting out there it's going to be an exhibition. They're going to dance around with each other. They're not. I've done exhibitions before myself, and you go in there, you're cool, you touch gloves, and one person gets cracked once, and it's over. It just turns into a fight. It's going to be a fight, no doubt about it. And as we know, Roy Jones Jr. always stays in top shape, and I think, talking to Dean, actually, he's been in even better shape now. He keeps putting travel for his appearances and stuff. He's been training the whole time. Mike Tyson looks sensational. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I would, if I had to bet, I'd probably bet that Roy Jones actually knocks out Mike Tyson. That would, and that's not a sour grapes thing because he didn't sign with us at all. I would I actually told Dean, I said, let's talk to everybody and tell them to take the gloves off. Come on over here and do it this way. So, no, I mean, I would love, it's no sour grapes. So I just think Roy Jones has stayed active, has stayed a lot more active. And because of that, I think his reflexes are going to be a little better. Obviously, Mike Tyson hits him with one of them nice right uppercuts or a left hook, could be lights out there too. But it's a very intriguing matchup. I think, although some people are, it's going to be nothing, it's probably going to be the biggest pay-per-view draw in the past couple of years.
I agree. I keep on telling people they must have forgot Roy Jones Jr. Dave, I know you're so busy. Last question. One thing that I love about bare knuckle and about you was you guys have just great momentum. I love it. It's so positive. You guys are a monster ball rolling downhill. How was it with the momentum kind of being on pause? We went through a global pandemic. We're still kind of in it, but you guys are just leaps and bounds. You're just pushing the envelope. You got fans there for events. You got the app out now. You got tons of great fights in the works. To me, the momentum is absolutely back, maybe even bigger. How did it feel to go through a pandemic and now kind of be on the other side of it?
It was tough. At first, it was very, very tough as we sat here and we're like, what the hell's going on here? Like, what would happen? We were just rolling like a freight train. Like, right. You just like rolling a ball downhill. But I mean, it actually was the best thing that ever happened for our company because we really regrouped. We strategized. We got everything figured out, all the bugs figured out with the app. We're ready to go with that. We figured out our strategy, how we're going to build this thing around the country with some smaller shows and then do the bigger shows. So it gave us enough time to really build a great team. As you know, we're talking with Dean. We're bringing Dean in. We're bringing a lot of guys into this team that, really care about this and really think that this can be the next big thing. And because of that, I think we are going to be the next big thing. I really, truly believe that we are the next big thing in combat sport. And we're showing it. We're 2 years deep, and people are talking about us with every other major organization in the world. So, kudos really to the team because the team works their ass off and they're so passionate about this now. And that's what really changed because everybody was doing some other things and all that stuff ceased. It all came to a screeching halt and everybody had time to really concentrate on what's going to take us to the next level. We think we figured it out and we're going to see. I mean, we have some great events coming up, hopefully some really, really great signings and some great partnerships. So it's been an amazing ride thus far. The pandemic has given us time to really regroup and we're ready to roar.
We cannot wait. David, man, we appreciate your time so much. Anything that comes up, we're there for you guys. Fight Bananas has your back. We got the podcast. We have that Bare Knuckles and Brews underneath our banner here. We love promoting Bare Knuckle FC and all the fighters. We cannot wait to keep growing with you guys as well. And have a great day. We'll talk very soon, Dave. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, my man. I really appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Bye-bye.